What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the movements. We're going to practice them together so you start to feel comfortable with them. And then after we've done the movements, we'll do what I call a silent sequence, where we'll just go through the movements and just do it in total silence and just be in the present. Now, the key thing as we start to work today is I just want you to leave everything behind, anything that's on your mind, anything that's bothering you. I want you just to leave it behind and just focused on yourself for the next 45 minutes, okay? Just step out of your life. And I'd like you just to nice and slow, if you've got a pair of glasses on, just pop them to the top of your head, because we're going to start a slow and gentle massage, just use the hands. So I'd like you just to now slowly start to gently rub the hands together. I'd like you to slow everything down, relax the shoulders into your spine, and just become aware of the texture of the skin on your hands. I'd like you to slowly place your hands on your face. And as you do so, I'd like you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'd like you just to start to bring your mind into the room. Just bring your mind into the present. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to let everything go. Anything that's causing you any stress, use this time just to let it go. Become aware of the breath moving in through the body, opening out through the back, moving down. And as you breathe out, become aware of the air in the lungs, moving up through and out through the mouth. I'd like you to take your hands back off your face and slowly start to rub the hands together again. The calmer the mind starts to become, the calmer the body will feel. So we're just going to use this time to bring our awareness into our minds and then moving down through to our bodies. And I'd like you to place your hands back on your face. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'd like you just to take your hands off your face. We're just going to form a very loose fist. And we're going to take a gentle massage along the side of the neck, along the side of the shoulders. If you do experience any tension, this is where we tend to hold it. So you might find as you're massaging here, it's a little bit sore. Keeping the arm relaxed, we're going to take that massage down, all the way down towards our fingertips. So what we're doing here is we're bringing the blood supply up to the skin, giving ourselves that little bit of energy. And also, as we look at the parts of the body we're touching, moving around the chest and lungs, you will touch somewhere different each time. So let's change over. Let's change over to the other side. So you're going to gently massage along the side of the neck, along the side of the arms. And these are parts of the body that we take for granted. We don't really look down towards the arms or the hands and the fingertips unless there's something wrong. So what we're doing here is we're giving them a positive touch, a re-energizing, applying a touch which we're not taking for granted, and we're going to take that massage around the lungs and around the chest. And if you have a little bit of a cough, you might find it makes you cough, but that's a good thing. It's just moving everything around. Then we're going to move on to your vital organs, the liver, the gallbladder, and the spleen. So we can tend to have a lot of toxins around this area. So by this gentle massage, we're just moving that blood supply around, feeling that little burst of energy. And then we are going to take our movements to back to the kidneys. Now, if you're sitting in a chair, just bring yourself a little bit further towards the edge of the chair. And we're going to slowly massage along the back of the legs. We're going to soften our knees. So we're loosening off the hips, working through the knees and moving through the ankle joint. Then we're going to come up along the inside of the leg. So working up, waking up these parts of the body, which we're going to start to use. I'm going to move down to the outside. So as you take this massage, only go as far as it feels comfortable for you. So if you're seated, you might only want to go halfway down. Do what feels right for your back, for your spine. That's great. Now, this is the big one. We're going to go all the way down through these powerhouses, our thighs. Now, if you can, you go all the way down to your toes. If you'd rather not do that today, that's fine. But however you're working, if you're standing, just soften the knees. There's not too much pressure on the back. And then we're going to come up on the inside of the thighs. That's lovely, good. Now I'd like you just to shake everything out and just notice the difference in the body. The fingers are probably a little bit more tingly, or just a little bit looser. And now from here, we're going to move into what's called the dragon's tails. I'd like you just to gently turn from side to side, allow the arms to flop. These are the tails. Now, as you turn, the front hand touches the ribs and the arm at the back touches the kidneys. There's a definite place for them to go. We are loosening off the spine, but you should always be in what we call your soft limits. So these movements should be pain-free. So don't make them too big if your back is not ready for that today. Just loosening off. That's lovely, good. Now we're going to come back to the center, and I'd like you just to get the correct stance. If you're seated, I'd like you just to keep your back rested in the chair and keep your feet still. So the movements that we go through, if you're seated, keep your feet still and just focus on the arm movements. If you are standing with me, I'd like you to take your feet really wide and then bring them really close together, and then find somewhere that feels right for you. Find a space that you feel comfortable in and just soften your knees. Just soften, not a deep bend, just soften your knees. When we go through the movements, you're going to see me rising and falling. If you can do that, that's fine. If you find it's a little bit too much in your knees, that's also okay. Just stick with the arm movements, okay? So I'd like you just to soften the knees, relax the shoulders into the back, and just relax the fingers. Just allow the hands to rest. We're going to take you through these movements. We're going to come out feeling a better version of ourselves. So as you breathe in, I'd like the hands to float up. And imagine the hands are resting on a balloon. You're leading up with the wrist. As you soften the knees just a little bit, you're going to take your hands over the back of the balloon. Breathing in and breathing out. Allow the hands to relax, leading up with the wrists, keeping that flow in the body. That's lovely. The slower we do the movements, the more time it gives our bodies to rest and meditate. Breathing in and breathing out. We're just going to do 3 more together. So taking your time, become aware of how your body's feeling. If it's too much, softening the knees as the hands float over that back of the balloon. You keep them still. Just move as your body allows you to feel. We're going to do 1 more together. Breathing in and breathing out. I'd like you just to lengthen the spine. We're going to relax the hands. We're going to draw that big circle. We're going to gently join the fingertips together. And then we're going to allow the hands to float down. As you breathe in, I want you to become aware of the depth of that breath. And as you breathe out, and you just let everything go, anything that's on your mind, we're just going to let it go and just let it settle here, moving it down towards the bottom of our bodies. Breathing in and breathing out. So just starting to develop that flow. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe out, you allow the shoulders to drift further into that loosening off any tension, and just being aware of keeping your mind in the room. Breathing in. Now, as they take the hands out, the arms out, keeping that softness in the joints. There should be no pressure on your shoulders. So if you need to make the movement a little bit smaller, if you feel that you're moving into any form of pain, just make the movement smaller and move into a pain-free range. We're going to do 2 more together, breathing in and breathing out. Just bringing that sense of stillness to our minds and then through to our bodies. The mind takes control over how the body feels. So if you're feeling very stressed, it will radiate down through the body. We're going to move into the mirrors. So what we're going to do is going to transfer the weight and we're going to take a step forward. We're going to take a small step, heel and toe. And the reason why I emphasize small step, this is called your step into life. And if we make that step too big, it's difficult to change our minds. We're keeping it to a small step. Now the mirrors, you're going to look into your hands. And as you place the palm down, the other hand comes up. And you're gently moving forwards and backwards with the movement. You're keeping that gentle, soft flow. And at this moment here, we are now working on our balance. So if you feel a little bit unsteady, bring your feet a little bit closer, or maybe have your feet level. The meaning behind this movement is sometimes because of all of the things that we get involved in, the demands that are made on us, we lose sight of ourselves. And this movement here is a reminder to keep an eye on how you're feeling, on your sense of stillness and well-being, to keep yourself in the present. Nice and slowly, we're going to bring ourselves back to the center. You're going to bring your feet back, keeping that flow, and bring yourself back to center. You're going to transfer and step into life, heel and toe, softening that front knee as you take the hand up. And keeping that gentleness as you transfer the weight back. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, as you move forward and you soften that knee, just be mindful the knee does not go over the toe. If you find it's a little bit delicate for the knees to take this movement, then just keep the legs still or bring them level. And if you are seated, just that gentle reminder just to work with your hands. Breathing in and breathing out. So keeping that focus on the palm of the hands. Try not to lose sight of yourself. And we're going to come back to center. So keeping that flow, coming back to center, softening the knees, making sure you've got the stance that feels right for you. From here, we're going to turn the palm of the hands up. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to spiral the hands round, and you're going to join the little fingers together at the front, and you're going to bring the hands in towards your heart. So breathing in, what we're doing here is we are just bringing in all of that positive care, positive energy and that care towards us. Breathing in, softening the knees, and breathing out. And just being mindful, because we're now moving into that flow, we're bringing our knees into the movement. If it doesn't feel right for you, then keep the legs nice and still and just enjoy the movement with the hands. However you're working, your bodies will benefit from the movements. Going to do 3 more together, breathing in. So allowing the hands to gently part. We're going to join little fingers together and we're going to bring that energy, that care, that love towards us. Allowing the hands to flow. That's lovely, good. And we're just going to do 1 more together. Breathing in. Feel that length in your spine as you breathe in and breathing out, softening the knees. And here we're going to come back to center. We're going to move into the lotus flower. You're going to breathe in and you're going to join your index finger and your thumb together. And you're going to slowly move the hands down through the center of the body. As the hand becomes level with the heart, you're going to gently reach out. And then from here, you're going to fold the hand. You're going to bring the fingertips level with the heart and just hold that movement here just for a moment, just to meditate, to bring that feeling into our minds and our bodies. So moving into the lotus flower. So as you take the hands up, if you feel it's a little bit too much on your shoulders, make the movement smaller. Please do what feels right for you and just making sure that your joints feel comfortable. So the meaning as we take this movement here, you're reaching up and you're bringing in all the love, all that positive care and energy towards you. Then you're going to use that energy and you're going to send it out to those you hold closest. And in return, you are going to receive that love and care back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Just being aware of how your joints are feeling. It's a very big movement, so keep it smaller if you wish. Bring it down towards and just visualize that sense of warmth as you send it out to those who you feel closest to. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. So we're going to move through two more. If you find that the thinking about the breath is a little bit distracting, then just work with what comes naturally. That's the most important thing. And we're going to do one more together. Keeping that flow. Just holding that for a moment. And we're going to come back to center. We're going to move into our 6 directions. You're going to breathe in. You're going to use the palm of the hands, just gently push anything that's playing on your mind. You're going to push it away. You're going to turn the palm of the hands towards you, bringing back the energy. You're going to reach out. And you're going to bring everyone in towards you, pushing that stress, moving away from the body. You're going to turn the back of the hands. Just imagine you've got that sense of energy through the water. You're going to move that water around you, bringing that sense of energy and life back. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, relaxing the shoulders into the body as you take that breath out. Breathing in, breathing out, that's it. And just allow that sense of energy to move around you. So taking your time, working with the body as it feels comfortable for you. If you need to make the movement small, you do. If you find that the moving up and down with the knees is a little bit too much, then just focus on the movements with the arms. We're going to do 3 more together. So taking your time, allowing the body to rest, keeping your mind in the present. There's nothing we can change outside this room. So we're going to stay here. We're going to be in the present together. Sometimes when we're experiencing pain and stress, it's almost little sharp needles to the body. So we're giving those little pinpricks time to heal. Just stepping away from everything. Keeping that flow. We're going to lift that energy, breathe. We're going to transfer the weight. We're going to take that step into life. So don't overstep, don't overcommit. Just going to take that careful step, heel and toe. So just slightly on the diagonal. We're going to reach in, transferring the weight, softening that front knee. We're going to move into parting of the clouds, and you're going to move the clouds away. Breathing in, you can soften the knees, keeping that chest up nice and high, and opening out through the clouds. And these clouds, they represent things that are on our minds that we're not too sure and we need to make a decision. So as we reach in, we are clearing the pathway to have that sense of clarity, so it helps us to make the right decision. We are moving the fog, the cloud away. Breathing in, relax the shoulders, and breathing out. And if you are seated, it's just that reminder to keep the feet and knees together and just focus on the movements with the arms. That's lovely. I'm just going to do 2 more together. Breathing in, relax the shoulders into the back, and breathing out. Only go as far as you feel comfortable, keeping the movement small. If you feel any strain or any pressure on the knees or on the shoulders. Now, keeping in that flow, we're going to transfer the weight. We're going to come back to center. We're going to transfer to the other side, heel and toe. So stepping just out on the diagonal, softening the knees, relax the shoulders. We're going to reach into those clouds. Breathing in, relax the shoulders, and breathing out. As we go through these movements, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look the same. What's more important is that it feels right for you. Breathing in and breathing out. So keeping that flow. So as you transfer the weight to the leg at the back, you're moving into balance. You soften that knee at the back. That's it. Breathing in, reaching, and opening out. We're going to do 2 more together. So keeping in that flow. That's lovely. Let's just do 1 more. Breathing in, relax the shoulders. And breathing out. So keeping that flow, we're going to transfer the weight, heel and toe. So we're next going to move into calming with the water. So the body is made up of mainly water. And we're going to step out to the side, stepping into life once again. We're going to use the palm of the hands. I want to visualize you're in a tank of water. You're guiding that water forward, and you're allowing the hands just to move carefully over the surface. Because our bodies are made up of mainly water, we want to keep it very calm and very still. So as we guide the water forward, the fingers are open to allow the water to flow through. And as we transfer the weight back, we are just gently running the fingers over that changing water. There's no properties, we're keeping everything nice and slow. As we transfer the weight forward, breathing in. And as we transfer the weight back, breathing out. We're going to do 3 more together on this side. If you are seated, your feet are still facing towards the front, and you're just working just the side with your hands. Keeping that flow, allowing the hands to relax, gently guiding the water through. That's lovely. Now we're going to come back to center. We're going to transfer the weight, heel and toe, stepping to one side, relax the shoulders, breathing in and breathing out. Just taking your time. Even if you find you're working a little bit slower than mine, that doesn't matter. Just take your time. Breathing in, guide the water, relaxing the fingers, and breathing out. So just taking this time to unhook ourselves from our lives, from the hustle and bustle. Just leaving everything behind, just creating that bubble where you can rest the mind and therefore rest the body. We're going to do 2 more together, so keeping with the flow, breathing in and breathing out. And slowly we're going to come back to center. Lengthen the spine, soften the knees. Keeping that transfer, healing tone, still keeping the water. Allow the hands to rest, allow them to become floppy. So imagine you're using the back of the hands to push against the water, and you're going to allow the hands to slowly trickle over that change. Breathing in and breathing out. That's lovely. So just being mindful of how the legs are working. As you move forward, you soften the front knee, making sure the knee does not go over the toe. So you're keeping that control of the movement through the muscles in the leg. That's it, lovely. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to do 3 more on this side. Now, as the arms are working, try not to reach out too far like this, because it's, in a way, it's a positive thing. People who tend to do those large arm movements are people who tend to give a lot of support and offer and always say yes. And these movements here, I remind you, you need to keep something back for you. So keep the movements a little bit smaller. Keep something back for you. I'm just going to do 1 more on the side. And we are going to come back to center. So transfer that weight. Share the weight. Taking that step into life, heel and toe. Relaxing the hands. Breathing in. And breathing out. So being mindful now of how much you're using the arms, keeping the arms a little bit closer. Because yes, here I am to offer you support, but I am going to keep something back for me. Breathing in and breathing out. Keeping that flow. We're going to do 3 more together, and just being mindful that we're going to try and make the movement smaller so I can keep something back for you. And this is our last one, breathing in and breathing out. So keeping in that flow, we are going to come back to center, softening the knees, relaxing the hands by the side. You're going to turn the palm of the hands up. Again, gently breathe in, raise our energy. And then anything that's on our minds, we're just going to gently push it away. That sense of squashing, that sense of relief. Breathing in. As you lift the hands, just allow the fingers to relax. You want to lift your energy carefully and breathing out. And that strength through the palm of the hands as you push any stress, any problems away from your body. Just notice that change on the sensation of the hands. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm just going to do 3 more together. Breathing in and breathing out. So keeping your mind in the room, just becoming aware of the slowness of the movement. And then we're going to come back to center, still keeping that flow. From here, we're going to bring our energy back, ending our sequence, breathing in. The palm of the hands are coming towards you because you're bringing your energy back. And you're going to move it down your body. Breathing in. There's sometimes when we're out and about doing things, we can feel a little bit frazzled. And this is a lovely movement to do just towards the end of the day. If you've had a little bit of a difficult time, just taking a step away from everything, breathing in, bringing your energy back, bringing yourself back together after the demands of the day. Breathing in. And just visualize the energy coming back towards you, just refilling. We're going to do 3 more together. That's it, keeping that softness in the hands, guiding your energy carefully towards you. The hands level with the face as you move down through the body. We would just do 1 more together. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. So that's the sequence we are going to move through today. So just before we move into our silent sequence, there's a couple of things I would just like to say, because it's, a number of you are very offering and very giving. So we go into the movements. I'd like you just to focus on making them smaller, so it doesn't become you're reaching out to anybody too much. Today, I just want you just to keep everything for you. Try not to reach out and really lengthen the arms, okay? And as we move forward and backwards, this is working on balance. So as you're working, try to make sure the knee does not go over the toe. The reason being because then it's the knee joint that's doing the work. But if you make sure that you keep the knee away from the toe, it will strengthen these muscles here and therefore help you with your balance and strengthen the muscles around your knees. So going to move into a silent sequence now. So leave everything behind. This is just now you and being here for you and just being in the present. So let's get our foot pattern together, and then we're going to do 7 of everything. And if we're working either side, it's 7 either side, okay? So let's enjoy. So let's correct our stance, bring our feet really wide, then bring them really close together and find that place that suits you. And if you are working seated, you keep your feet hip width apart, your knees in line with your hips, and that's where they stay. Let's get ready. Thank you very much, everybody. If after you've done this now, just go somewhere, just take a little bit of time out, just a bit of stillness time. But if there's one movement that you just do each day, let it be this one, the one that we've ended up. So thank you very much for having me once again.